what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your cousins, Burton Burger, coming at you with another episode here on the Burton Burger Podcast. We are on episode 240, and we're your cousins. I'm Burger, the other one's Bert, and we are B&B. So, the funny thing is we actually just recorded last week's episode like 3 days ago, so I'm already talking to this fucking idiot a lot earlier
More
than
than
I
I'd
want
really
to,
like
but-
to.
Yeah, I've tried to distance myself from him as much as possible, and it hasn't been working out too much. But that is because your daddy, tomorrow, is going to Las Vegas Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and come home Tuesday. So usually we record on Sundays.
Mm.
So I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be out pouring it to a stripper.
Okay. Uh-huh.
It ain't cheating if it's in Vegas.
True, what stays in Vegas happens in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
That's
Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute.
What stays in Vegas happens in Vegas, baby. There's something there. There's something there. I think Socrates could save you. But, yeah, so I'll be doing that. I'm checking out the Grand Canyon and all of that kind of stuff. So I have no interest in fucking sitting down and talking to this dickhead when I'm over there. So hopefully it won't be too stale for you guys. This way it makes it so some stuff doesn't get rushed. And Dickhead here will have time to do some B&B stuff while I'm gone.
So much time.
Because
indeed.
he's about 2 months behind again on highlight clips. So
Not good.
that is fine. But make sure you guys check us out over on Twitter. It's called Twitter, by the way. I'm not calling it the porn name. This is a Christian podcast here, and we don't talk about that fucking gay shit.
Yeah,
But
please.
over on Twitter, our highlights are uploaded, full 2-minute versions of them. And also we have Twitter Tuesdays where Bert and I take turns every other week posting a tweet, whatever's on our mind. Sometimes it's silly, sometimes it's serious. I tried to do one, and I think it deleted it because I had the water gun emoji in it.
Oh, man.
I threatened Apple, like Apple,
Uh-huh.
not an apple, like
No.
Apple.
Yeah.
And the tweet was gone. It didn't say it was deleted. It didn't say anything. And I was just gonzo. So,
Poof.
yeah, so I had to redo it. This time without the water gun. No, it's still there. So make sure you guys are all checking us out over on Twitter and get to see some of the highlight clip as well. Anyways, we got some other stuff that we're going to talk about. We got another guessy game topic that we'll play later on in the show. The last time I did this, I talked about death. We're going to continue the theme of death when it's... yeah, I found another one, so we'll do that when it's time for it. So, yeah, you had a topic that you wanted to talk about last time, but we never got around to it.
Oh, God, it was so gay.
You said it was a next episode thing, so
Yeah, it was
which is
gonna...
granted, Bert. Take the floor, cuh.
It's totally not going to ruffle any feathers in any way. It was dumb. It was dumb as shit. Let me make sure it's actually the right one. Let's double, triple check. Yeah, so this is the one. Essentially, if you've been here long enough, you know who Bert is. Bert is me.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Bert is a special snowflake. Burger's currently writing a book about the Bert-isms.
Yeah, last night at about 1 in the morning, I had it perfectly laid out in my head for step 3. I didn't want to lose it, so I grabbed my phone off the charger and wrote it down real quick in my notes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called the Bert Manual. It'll be in all of your local bookstores soon.
Yeah, so one of them being yesterday, I sometimes I detect them myself, which is always concerning. Because it's like, oh boy, here we go. I really am that predictable. I had a very spur-of-the-moment, tool-titty moment when I was driving home yesterday. Or I'm going to call it yesterday. I made this note like last week, so it wasn't yesterday.
Made it about 3 months ago, but yeah, so yesterday.
Yesterday being a loose term.
Usually is with you.
Everything is a very loose term.
But the thing is the things that you make loose can't be loose. Like they're not supposed to be loose.
I noticed it. Like I got called out. I think it was I get called out frequently and often.
Yes.
I think it was during Spider-Man. Yep. I said something about forever or like always or something. Or never. I like never a lot, right? I've noticed I sub those in.
You're already pissing me
Like
off.
I just have a poor selection of words to pull from. So it's like how people who swear too much, it's like, oh, you're just a fucking dummy because you don't have a big vocabulary. I'm just like ignorant.
I like that.
I'm just like,
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that.
yeah, I'm just like ignorant because I just like using the dumb words because nobody calls me out on it, but Burger does. But it's like, instead of saying like never, it's like hardly ever, or like there's other words that are more accurate.
Yes.
But it's like too hard to get to that logical jump. For me in the moment, because I'm like, I don't think, I just like talk. Like right now, all I'm doing is just talking, and there's no filter here.
Mm-hmm.
Other than when I say
like what you do with your family.
Yeah, then I catch up, and then I'm like, wait, what the fuck? But no, the whole point that I'm trying to get at here is one of the steps in there is I like overestimating my toolness. So I was driving the other day, and boy, I just felt the feeling come on. I'm usually very like anxious, and I'm worried about what everybody's like around me. I had to drive people the other day, and I drive differently with other people, like very differently. They're like, Bert, you drive very slow. I'm like, yeah, you guys.
You also drive very shitty.
Very shitty. Yeah.
You're probably the worst driver.
I think far too hard about it. I'm like, shit, am I braking too fast? Fuck, am I doing this thing? All this stupid shit. And this is all going to say that whenever normal people are around me, I freak out. But whenever there's cops on the road, I'm like, fuck, I'm getting fucking pulled over. I'm like, fuck, I'm going too old between
all right. This is something a lot of people think, though. This ain't just you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
like everyone gets nervous when they. I cut a cop off today during my run. I want to talk about that. I went to cross the road and like, fuck this guy. I got to cross now. And then he drove by me and it was a cop.
You're like,
I'm like, yo, oh.
Amber got arrested for jaywalking, for jay running.
Yeah, literally. I fucking jaywalked like a motherfucker. Literally, and the cop was probably maybe like 50 feet behind me too.
Yeah.
Like, but anyways, go ahead.
Anyways,
I'll talk more later.
Anyways,
it's not my turn.
The weird thing that I just realized the feeling, and I'm like, I gotta write this shit down. Maybe other people have this. There's another thing, another Bertism is like thinking that you're cool because you're like, nobody else has ever felt this feeling. Obviously, I'm fucking unique here. But I had one.
You're the only person in the world that ever fucking does it. Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if this is just the first time I ever noticed it, or like it's definitely not the first time it's happened. But I was behind a cop for the first time. Like a cop pulled in front of me and he was doing his thing. Like I was on the expressway.
So there's another time right there. For the first time you were behind a cop.
Yeah, exactly.
You've been driving for
there's no way
almost 10 years now. No, this is not the first time you've been behind a cop. So I understand, like,
this is the first time I had this feeling while driving behind a cop.
Okay, that's another thing, too. Because I guarantee when you were behind the cop in the past, you were nervous as well.
No, it's not nervous. It's not nervous.
What is it then?
I felt cool behind him. I'm like, yo, look,
you felt cool behind a cop?
Now I'm riding this guy's ass, this fucking peckerhead. Yeah.
You know, all he has to do is just lift up that pointer finger to turn on his lights, right? Like, it's even easier now.
Yeah. I'm just like, boy, like I just had the Fast and Furious, like both hands on the steering wheel. Like I was ready to fucking just follow this guy to the grave. Oh my God. It was great. I just felt so like I couldn't have felt more calm in that moment. I think another part of it is like I like following people.
I'm bored. Can we get to the fun part of the story?
That was, I mean, it's I just realized, I'm like, damn.
We're done. We're on to the next one.
Like, that was cool.
That was it.
Yeah, that was a cool feeling. I'm like, I'm behind.
It was cool to sit behind a cop.
Oh yeah. Also, just a side note, which is probably something funny, is I'd be a terrible cop. Just think for a moment about how bad it would actually be. Because there's like shit at work that I have to do when it's like, go yell at this guy, and I'm like, I don't wanna, and they like, you have to. And then I go over there and I like put my pointer fingers together and I'm like, so my boss said that like you shouldn't be doing this, and they're like, huh? And I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. And then I walk away and I piss my pants.
Shit's pants.
Yeah. Yeah. I offer to jerk the guy off for his troubles. And then
oh, you guys got to stop doing this. Sorry, what'd you say? Oh, I'll suck your cocks.
Exactly. I'm so sorry.
No, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Yeah, it's literally just that. No. Like, what did you need?
No, seriously. What'd you say? My bad. I had my headphone in.
My fault.
Oh, I'll suck it right now.
Yeah. It's fucking goddamn. Yeah, I would be a bastard. They're like, yeah, the worst cops are the ones who like want to be cops really bad because they're just like trying to fucking feel the power. if I had that kind of power, I'd probably be a bastard. But I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
You already are one. And you don't
We
have
are.
power.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Those are just the collections of thoughts that I had somewhat recently. Pretty crazy, really.
That was it.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt cool behind a cop. I was driving by and I'm like, this motherfucker's got no idea. It was cool. I don't know if that could be filed in the Bert being a freak folder, or if other people also get high when they fly behind cops. Or probably most likely you don't think about it. But
Yeah.
sometimes I forget I'm driving and I'm like, oh, it happened today, and I was in the middle of a turn. I'm like, I could have died.
Well, speaking of traveling, trying to figure out some stuff here. First of all, I feel like airports are trying to be cool like you do when you're trying to flex.
Right.
Or sound smart.
Uh-huh.
Why? What is up with them factoring in time zones for your
Yeah, isn't that cool?
departure and landing time?
That's cool, huh?
Why? Can you just tell me what time I'll be landing there in the time zone I'm currently in? I don't want to know that I'm leaving at 2:10 and then I'm landing at 2:15. Holy shit!
Yeah. Boy,
We're
that's gonna
hauling
be
cock
quick.
and balls!
Boy.
And it turns out you go down and it's in flight for 3 hours and 55 minutes. And you're like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Is this a glitch?
Uh-huh.
It says I'm going to be in the air for 5 minutes. And then why does it say 3 hours? Well, it's because the time zone changes. Okay, but I don't know. I just feel like they should make it very obvious that's what's happening. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm only flown 800 times. No, I've only flown 5 times, and it's just common knowledge. But it should say 2:10, and then so many hours later, and then landing time. I know sometimes it does do that, but it needs to be very obvious because it's all confusing.
It's bad, yeah.
It's really confusing because we have a connecting flight, and it's from one spot to the other, only an hour, not too bad.
No.
And then the other one's 5 hours, but it only shows you're in the air for 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
It's only a 2-hour flight. That's not too bad. That's just a little bit longer. And then you see it's 5 hours, and you're like, why? What? Vegas ain't that far away. What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've
It's so
fly
gay.
a lot.
It's look at us, everyone's in different different time zones. I'm so cool. I know what the fuck they are. It's you can just fucking make it easier for everybody.
Yeah. If anything, for the people who really give a shit about that, it should be in a little parentheses or something underneath. It's yo, the local time is going to be this. Don't freak out when it's dark outside. You're like, oh. Mm-hmm. But instead they're just this is the time. Yeah, like you said, it's earlier.
Mm-hmm. Earlier than when you started.
Wait, you're telling me this is going to be an 11-hour flight? Or it's wait, this is
no, well, that's the thing, though, is I get when they're telling you when you're going to land there. But I don't care. I can figure that out by looking at how long I'm going to be in the fucking sky.
Yeah.
So if it's a 2 hour and 15-minute flight, I can just add 2 hours to 2 o'clock. I'm okay, I'll be there about 4:15, but with the time zone change. It's they already do the time zone change for you. Mm-hmm. It's no, that's not important to me. I can figure that out. What I can't figure out is how long I'm going to be in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I can't figure out is how long I'm going to be higher than the fucking clouds.
Yeah.
That shit you guys specifically have to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I can look up what time is it in Vegas right now and then go forward from there.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. So what time does your flight leave? 2 o'clock? What time? And and when you're going to land there? 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Now,
break that
does
down
that mean?
Tell me where you lost me.
Now is that, are you, so you're leaving at 2, but you're landing at 2. Now did that mean, is there a layover? That's pretty fucking quick one. It's just when are you leaving to? When are you going to be there for? Okay, that tells me all that I need to know. I don't need to hear this cheeky hee-hee thing on what time it's going to be when I get there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just seems backwards. I don't know. Anyways, the next episode I'll be able to tell you guys all about the Vegas trip. So we'll see how she goes. And it's really stupid because on our flight there, we actually have to pay for our carry-ons.
Yeah.
And then on the flight back, it's included. So
that's cringe.
Yeah, because we're doing 2 different airlines.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so when I was checking in, you know how like they're like 24 hours they allow you to check in on your phone?
Yeah.
When I was checking in, it had my girlfriend right next to a window, and then literally like 30 rows behind her was me.
Yeah. You're like
By myself in the middle between 2 honkies.
Yeah.
And then there was
That's
an
not
open
gonna
seat
work.
right next to her.
That's so fucking
Let me
annoying.
run that one by you again.
Yeah.
There's an empty seat next to her.
Uh-huh.
And they've decided to put me in the back in the middle between some fucking dickheads.
Yeah.
I said, click next to her, change seat. You sure? Fucking positive,
Uh-huh.
actually.
Actually, very
All right. Here you go. I don't know if I was in the middle, but I know I was like 80 fucking rows behind
Oh,
her.
yeah.
So,
true. Yeah.
no thanks.
Not happening.
On the flight, on the connecting flight, though, not sure if we're going to be able to sit by each other. I don't know why they didn't do that. I've never had a flight not do that before, especially when we booked it so far in advance, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because you don't really get to
so-
see your seat. Well, no.
Sometimes you
Maybe,
do. It just
yeah.
kind of depends. Sometimes it's too far out, I feel like. So it just, I don't know.
Actually.
We'll see. We're already starting off a little hot. So
yeah.
we'll see. I get to see my Raiders play. Get to see some cool shows. Check out the Canyon. We'll let
Hell
you
yeah.
guys all know how that goes very, very soon. So, other things I wanted to talk about. I was doing some research yesterday on running. I still do my runs Monday through Friday. I run at least a 5K, which is 3.1 miles.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Yup.
Thanks for
So
the
it depends. It's not always a 5K straight. Sometimes it's just a 5K and then I cool off. Sometimes it's interval training where I'm sprinting, walking, sprinting, walking, things like that for 30 minutes, and that happens to be a 5K. If it's not, once that workout's over, I jog until I hit a 5K. So I'm getting at least a 5K every workout. How they're not all created equally, though. Like if I'm fucking crab walking a 5K, it's very different.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah. So that's one thing that I learned when I was running literally a 5K every day. Coach Bennett told me, like specifically, hey, I want to let you know if you're only running 5Ks every day, you need to stop. That's not going to help you get better. I'm like, fuck, damn, that felt personal.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
It's like when you listen to the radio and they're like, Burger, you missed your turn.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Huh?
How the fuck you know?
Yeah, what the hell? And then you get in a car accident. But
Yeah. Exactly.
So I've been doing different workouts. They always end with at least 5K in one form or another. And then yesterday when I was doing my research, I heard this thing called Zone 2 cardio. Zone, the number 2 cardio is what it's called.
Yeah.
So essentially what it is your heart rate goes into like 4 different zones. Zone 1 being the lowest heart rate, Zone 4 being the higher or
Okay.
the highest heart rate. And obviously the higher your heart rate, the harder you're running.
Mm-hmm.
So they say a bunch of people, again, we're starting to get into the technicalities here. This is what happens, Bert, when you've been going to Planet Fitness for a decade and you need to start sciencing it. You can't just go for a run anymore. If you went for a run, it would do wonders for you. For me, I'm such a prime specimen of a human fucking being that a 5K in and of itself doesn't help anymore. That's how gay exercise is. I fucking hate that, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like-
It's like a. I don't even know what you call that. Yeah. Go right ahead. It's like a benchmark.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing as weightlifting,
Yeah.
where
Exactly.
all of a sudden your 1 rep max you can do 10 times now. And that's fine. That makes sense. But cardio is always going to be good for you. But I was really dropping weight when I started running 5Ks. Now I'm fucking stuck again. I'm like, this is goddamn bullshit. I'm literally the same weight I was before I started fucking running. Like, this is gay.
fuck?
So, and I haven't, like, you would think, like, oh, you must be fucking up the fast food or something, right? If you're running a 5K every day and you're still severely obese, right?
Yeah, if the scale says you should be on the ground right now.
Yeah, so it just pisses me off. So now it's just like, all right, you got to start running more. It's like, I don't want to run more than 3 goddamn miles, man. Like, stop. That's all I've been told my whole life.
Yeah.
Is run more, run faster, lift more, lift stronger. Fucking suck harder. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, why can't what I do be good enough? Like, because I feel like I bump it up to a 10K and I'll be running over 6 miles. Then that won't be doing a whole lot. So then I got to turn it up to 10 miles and then a half a marathon. And I don't want to fucking do that shit. I don't.
No.
I like running for like 45 minutes at the max and call it. Like, I don't want to do any more than that. So who knows? 100 episodes from now, I'm going to be fucking running next to Coach Bennett in the marathon. But
yeah.
Anyways, zone 2 cardio is when you are running in zone 2. That's literally all it is. Remember, that's the second to lowest heart rate you can have for working out. They call it conversational pace. You should be able to have an entire normal conversation while running with maybe a breath in between sentences or something like that.
That's like strong walking.
It's a light jog.
Yeah.
Strong walking / light jog, you fucking imbecile. But, but yeah, so, and they were saying things like, and I hate when I start hearing this shit. Like, it sounds like you when you're on the elliptical and you're more concerned about your fucking heart rate and all of this shit, where you just need to, like, hey, Bert, just get on an elliptical and start using it. Don't worry about the science behind it. You'll lose 15 pounds without even fucking thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I hate saying, like, getting into the science-y, like, big brain shit about it, because, like I said, at the end of the day, you start lifting weights, you're going to notice a difference.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you start running, you're going to notice a difference. You don't have to scientifically get it down to the fucking atom right away.
Right. That's like
get to a certain point, you will, but the layman doesn't have to fuck do that. Right. The Olympic athlete does, but not us. So, but anyways, they were saying with zone 2 running, your body is still pulling from the fat versus pulling from the carbs.
Yeah.
Because if you start running too hard, it starts digging deeper for resources, basically.
Oh, that makes sense.
So if you run lighter, it's going to be better. I think what they says is that helps with your endurance, where you can run longer. Obviously, you can run longer if you're not running harder. Mm-hmm. But I believe you can run further and run harder at the same time if you run lighter, kind of thing. Like, you're building up that cardiovascular endurance and things like that.
Okay.
So when it comes to endurance, it's better to run longer than further, kind of thing, because you're constantly keeping your heart rate at that zone there.
Okay.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
So versus like running in 4 miles, it's like, apparently it's better to run 4 miles in 45 minutes than run 4 miles in 35 minutes or something like that for fat burning and endurance. Now, running faster is going to do different muscles, obviously. Right, the distance versus the speed are going to be 2 very different workouts that you're doing.
Yeah.
The more intensive one starts going into, like, I think they were saying, like, the glycose levels and things like that, while the lighter one's going to dig into your fat levels and use that as energy versus the other stuff. So I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot.
Basically, if you run in zone 2, you will burn more fat. If you run outside of zone 2, you will burn more of your energy and carbs. Mm-hmm. Energy and carbs ain't what's making you fat. Fat's making you fat. So zone 2 burns fat. Other zones burn other things.
Right.
Both great for your health. It's not like, oh, you're not fucking doing anything if you're running a 5K yard. But it's also something that I believe you mix in, too. Like, that was another thing, too, is you need to mix, again, like what Coach Bennett was saying, is you need to do different workouts. So one workout, you just run. You You don't worry about anything. You literally just go out and go for a run for 30 minutes. Don't care about the distance. Don't care about the time. Turn on 30 minutes. When you hear it beep, stop. Then there's your speed training, your interval training, where you're running hard for 2 minutes and then you're walking, and then you're doing your 5K pace for 60 seconds and then you're walking, like interval training.
Mm-hmm.
And then day 3, maybe you go do a long distance run. You just run for 4 miles. You don't care about the time or anything. You're just hitting 4 miles. Then maybe you do a zone 2 run where you're just trying to control your heart rate here. And then you end with a nice, slow recovery run. That's the best way to train and get better, is the big thing. Running at zone 2 every day for 45 minutes ain't going to do shit for you.
Yeah.
Doing sprints every fucking day ain't going to do shit for you in this scheme. We're not athletes. We're just laymen at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran my first run today in zone 2 for 45 minutes, and boy, I liked that. That was real fucking easy.
Yeah.
That was fucking nice.
You're like, this is all it takes, huh?
This is all it takes. 6-pack, here I come. Can't wait to fucking beat him off with a stick, man. I tell you what. That's all it takes. I don't know if I believe it. I guess we'll see, but it felt good. I mean, and I got 4 miles in still.
Yeah.
I ran for 45 minutes, and I got about 4 miles in, yeah. So it's not like I was walking. Like I couldn't fucking walk and get 4 miles. And I mean, that's a steady jog to get 4 miles in 45 minutes. So it's about a 10-minute mile, a little bit more than 10-minute mile, 10:30 or whatever it is. So, which is a 6 on the treadmill. So I was probably running at like a 5.5 or something on a treadmill for 45 minutes.
Okay.
Which
that
sounds
right. Yeah, so it's basically just yeah, where there's a lot of movement, but not a lot of, like, there's a lot of your body's moving a lot, but you're not moving forward very much. You're like picking yourself up,
kind
of. One of those things.
That's if you're on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so apparently keeping your heart in the lower zones makes it so your body doesn't have to dig into the deeper levels of energy to replenish it. Maybe it's because when you're starting to sprint, your body's like, hey, boys, fat ain't going to cut it here. So we're going to have to dig a little bit deeper into the glycose level here. So
yeah,
we're going to have to wake them boys up.
Dear Lord.
What I should do is I should be a health teacher so I can explain it.
Yeah.
Why does your body go after that instead of fat? Well, it's because fat is pussy shit, okay? Yeah. When it's nice and easy, it does its job. So, but yeah. I tried it out, ran for 45 minutes, real soft running. I try to be like one of those TikTokers that records themselves while they're running. Like, sent a video to my lady about what Zone 2 is, but I got real selfish for how much my boobies were bouncing, so I didn't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
But I noticed with my boobies, they more bounce in the middle more than the nipple part.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, we're more like, it's like the pecs bouncing. And I've seen a lot of NFL players, like, when they're doing ladder work, and their boobies are just a-flopping, and they're, like, built like Odell or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean, right? There's a difference between the pectoral muscle bouncing and the nipple bouncing, right?
The equipment that I have on my body is not imagine a woman, like, to the T.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and that's where like where the nipples are coming up and like smacking you in the chin. Yeah. See, mine don't do that. Like, the nipples just like stay put.
Oh,
but
I think I see
the
what
muscle.
you mean.
The muscle above the nips is what's bouncing.
Oh, never mind.
So the nips don't really move that much.
Oh, I only have like two things of movement.
I only have one thing that moves, boss.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess that doesn't matter. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not going to embarrass myself.
So, but yeah, no, it's just like, if you were to see Myles Garrett run, he's going to have his boobies bounce.
Yeah, I know exactly. I literally know exactly what you're talking about.
So I'm hoping that's what it is.
Yeah.
And not, our uncle or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to, like, start recording just my chest while I'm running and stare at it, so.
Yeah. Yeah, no, a lot of the roads around where I'm at are fucked, and I'm just like, boy, I feel them fucking jumping all the fucking time. I'm like, boy, this is not cool.
You're talking about your boobies, aren't
Yeah,
you?
yep. They're partying. Like, golly.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I also run by a cemetery.
yeah.
I still don't know if I should be doing that.
It's a little weird.
It's beautiful.
It really is.
You ever notice how pretty cemeteries are?
Yeah, they're
They
great.
got gorgeous flowers and some great artwork around here. And I just see nothing but the Lord all over the place.
This is great.
I try not to spit or anything like when I'm running in the cemetery, at least.
Yeah.
Pull over and take a quick wee or anything.
Uh-huh.
Try to remember that.
You're like, no, not here.
Not here. Have run and definitely funeral going on. That was
Yeah, you're like,
embarrassing.
howdy, everybody.
Yeah. Well, they were to the left, so I decided to go to the right. I'm like, I'll let you guys have your moment here. And I'd be like, fuck you, training for the Olympics.
Yeah. Listen, I'm
Bramford
going places. Yeah. He
It's
wouldn't
not
want me to
Gramps.
stop.
It's not Gramps. My little brother died of cancer. See, he'd understand.
Yeah. Fuck.
Betcha he wishes he was running right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Sounds
nice.
good.
You're having a bad day, so that means we all have to have bad days, huh?
Correct.
Sure, I see.
What the fuck?
Yep. So, been doing that. We leave tomorrow afternoon at like 2 o'clock to go out on our trip. So, I am going to try to get a run in before we go to the airport. So then I get my Friday run in, and then I don't have to worry about getting another one in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I will probably work out there on Monday because I do like to. First of all, I like to run in new areas. It's fun. And also, I like to work out in new gyms, too. Even if they're shitty fucking gate gyms.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean,
like
you
to
made
just
it
check
that shit
things
work
out.
before.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Your gym, when I went and visited you, wasn't too bad. But that one where I sent you videos and shit where they didn't even have the fucking spray or the paper towel restocked. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was such a shithole.
Yeah, I've
I
been
can-
in some bad ones.
I can make her work, but
Yeah, the last one I was in was like literally a coat closet. Like you could not do like flies or whatever the fuck it is where you have them by your side and then you had the two weights and then you pick them up and you do like the Jesus pose.
you know, I
You do the
just
teeth.
love listening to you fucking
Figure
like
shit out.
over explain the shit out of the simplest.
Did I hit it
things.
at first?
Like,
Is
it's-
it a fly?
You were right,
Where you
but
do the
then you
T-pose?
go and
Yeah.
explain it the most incorrect ways. Like you've talked to me about flies before, and then
Yeah.
I had no idea what you were talking about, and then you sent me a fucking picture, and I'm like, that's one of the simplest exercises, right? All you're doing is just bring your elbows together. Like that's all you have to say. That one where you're like bringing your elbows together to work on your chest. Like that's all you have to say. Bert's like, no, there's a way behind it. And there's a way behind it. And then you lift up your elbows approximately 90 degrees. Is it 90 maybe more? Like 88 or whatever like that. And it's got the pads that you put on your wrist there. And then you have your wrist facing each other. And then you kind of push them together. Like you're pushing your wrist together. And then that's one. And then you slowly come back with it. And like even that's a better explanation than how Bert says it.
Yeah.
That's
God,
fucking
it's
gay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think too hard.
Hopefully the Vegas gyms will be a bit better than
They've got to
their coat
bust.
closet. I don't know if they'll bust because it is a hotel gym at the end of the day, but hopefully they'll be better than whatever the fuck it is you're dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
sure. GL coach.
all right.
GL.
What else did you want to talk about? What else you got on your mind?
Yeah, that's about all there is. Fuck.
You had one topic, and it was a topic from last episode, Bert.
It kind of blew.
Yeah. Wasn't that cool at all.
Is anything
You felt
happened?
cool sitting behind a fucking cop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
yeah. No, that was not a shining moment. Let's open up the fucking phone. Let's see if I have anything. We'll dig deep here. Dig deep.
Did you not know we were recording tonight?
I did, but
I see. Cool. Nope. No buts. That's it. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have to deal with.
yeah. I'm not even gonna make excuses.
Nope. Don't want to hear it.
No, my shit is
I'm
fried.
the last
though.
person. You know how you need to do it? Did you know we were recording tonight? Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
So you have no notes? Nope.
That's it. Boop.
Why is that?
Mao.
'Cause?
Mao.
No. Don't know. I'm a fucking retard. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. What's your interesting topic? I can't wait.
Gosh, I've been waiting to like talk about this for so long. It's possible I did talk about it I have actually it's pretty funny. I talk about my notes frequently. I have actually on Samsung. I've never.
Okay. I'm going to give you a chance right now to change it. Is that the word you want to use?
It is. I have never.
Okay, I'm ready.
Owned an iPhone.
Okay.
Accurate
That
software.
is a time to use that word.
So yeah, that's actually accurate, 100%.
Mm-hmm. First time.
I the only Apple. Okay, I have primarily interacted with.
There you go.
iPod touches.
There
and
you
stuff.
go.
iPod
there
touches
you go.
and shit like that.
Literally, your dad's a Mac boy, so don't
Yeah.
tell me you've only ever touched a fucking iPod Touch.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And see, here's the thing. As Coach Bennett says, again, as much as I hate the fucker, boy, he sticks out in my mind. We're talking about running, and we're also not talking about running here, okay? So it's not me being nitpicky and fucking being a grammar Nazi. It's because that little slip up right there of you saying you never have used an Apple product before outside of an iPod Touch, that type of thinking goes into our planning. It goes into our day-to-day. It goes into our streaming. It goes into our disc golf sessions. It goes into our cousin nights.
Yeah.
So it starts out as this tiny little issue of I've never used an iPod before to I never said I was going to hang out with you tonight.
Yeah.
Sends them 3 screenshots later.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So that's why I get anal about it. But continue.
It's a good habit to break, or at least be
Yes.
aware of, and then hopefully break.
Yes, it's not just a habit; it's a fucking mindset, and I hate it.
Yeah. It is. But yes, I've primarily used like iPhones and Jesus Christ.
Ah,
I didn't mean that. I primarily use like the iTouches and like the fucking music devices and shit.
what's an iTouch?
iTouch, it's like the whole iPod Touch, iPod Nanos, all that shit where you could like play games.
Well, an iPod Nano is not a touch. A touch would be like an iPod. See, now I'm being gay. That's what a grammar Nazi
That's different.
is.
That's different. But whatever. I've mainly used that kind of shit, and I've never really used an iPhone as a day-to-day cell phone. So I'm not familiar with what kind of shit you're able to do with it. But I have like, I'm sure it's the same. It used to be like, oh, Android has all these crazy features. And then it's like, Apple has all these crazy features. And now they just share all of them but have different names. It's like, okay, who gives a fuck? All that to say, I have on my phone, like my front page, I turn my phone on and I have like my phone, calculator, messages and all that shit. And then I have a gigantic notepad.
Mm-hmm.
And I can just click on this notepad and I have like, the pages don't really mean anything, but I have 12 pages worth of fucking notes. Like I can do a full scroll, like 3 full scrolls of just random bullshit. Like I have everything on here, shit for work. I have like fucking Sushi Bazooka. My buddy told me about, you can like, they have this dumb, like I just have everything in here. Like Mitcher's Bourbon is best for old fashioned. And then I have like my logins. I have everything in this motherfucker. And sometimes I pull it up to share with people to like be like, yo, yeah, no, I had this thing written on here. Like, yeah. Like I have my fucking gym lock on here. I have everything. And boy, I'm too deep in this to fucking bitch out now. I'm just going to keep saying the different stuff I have in here. I have my UFC notes. I have like a huge thing where I have different fighters. I'm like, yo, this guy's a fucking badass. You can't knock this motherfucker out. Like all this really gay shit. I have my gym routines, how much weight I'm able to fucking pull and all this stuff. And in the middle of all this, for some reason I have stuff above and I have stuff below. But I have it's 3 of my, it's 2.5 of my 3, it's 2.5 of my 12 pages of notes of, oh fuck, I fucked up. This is just like, this is too far. I've gone too far. So how do I make this funny? This isn't even funny. This is like this is sad. Do I talk about this? Do I get
I'm ready.
See, I feel like I
really hate when you do this shit.
I monologue.
This is like the fucking equivalent of edging, by the way.
It is.
That's what you did. You edged Doug when he came on here.
I did.
You're doing it again. You literally hyped that up so hard, and now you're trying hard not to fucking not tell the story.
I know, because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
We'll see.
I have a massive list of... I think it's because I have to say the word. I don't like saying the word. Fucking It's just fucking, it's weird. I'm thinking about it and like nobody else does this. This is fucking like, this is goblin activities.
Do you have like a name, like a list of boy names you want to name your kid or something?
No, I did have one that's funny. now that's sad. No, I had a,
I don't care. I want to know what fucking you're talking about right now. I don't care about what you
Right
had
now?
8 years ago. Yeah, what the fuck do you have a list of?
why is this even funny? Why did I think this would be so good to bring up?
I'm ready.
Maybe it's funny. I have a list of like fucking, I can't say it. Oh, why am I so bashful? Why do I give a fuck? Now it's weird that I'm making it
Why
weird.
am I so bashful?
Why am I so bad? The worst part is that I'm identifying it, and I'm like, why am I being a freak? It's like, it's not even.
This is what it's like to talk to you, by the way. I'm glad you're having this own dilemma.
Yeah, I realize it often.
Bert, what's your list of?
It is names. You had it right.
Okay, names of.
Women.
Okay. So your daughter then.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Okay.
Now it's weird. It's not that. Basically, it's a list of. Oh Christ. Oh fucking Christ. I can't say it.
I think you've already got the worst part out.
Yeah. That sounds kind of weird, doesn't it?
You have a list of women.
Yeah, basically. From
What about them?
assorted places on the internet. And
You have a list of porn stars?
yes.
Okay.
And normal people. Just so I never forget. Not from my daily life, but just from the internet.
You have a list of women you find attractive.
Basically. Just so I never forget.
What the fuck was so weird about
Well,
that?
because it sounds weird. Does it sound weird?
No.
The list part, I think, maybe sounds weird. But
No.
the funny part of it is sometimes I leave it pulled
might
up.
be a little degen, but
It's pretty
that might be kind of cuckish.
Yeah, it's just
that
so
might
I don't
be-
forget. You never know.
Do you want me to fuck your wife?
It is... No.
It's very Redditor of you, yes.
It is pretty Redditor. It's getting a little bit too long. It's like embarrassingly long at this point. The list is very long.
There any boys on there, Bort?
There aren't.
I bet there. He's like, that's in the others. No.
Yeah, not on this page. But I've left it open and nobody like I'm going to like I'll be like, yeah, no, I just got it here. Let me pull up this thing I needed for work. I'm like, yeah. No, I was doing this thing, and then I have it pulled up, and it's just a list of like names, and I'm just like, I'm gonna get caught someday here soon. But it's also from like Twitter too, because like I click on Twitter and then it's like, yo, this shit is all over my fucking Twitter and I like can't have that. So now I have a huge list in my phone that's just on my fucking home screen.
So, what do you do with this list?
I don't know. I don't even like really interact with it. I think I'm just like, that was a good one. And then I'll keep it for like a rainy day. But then
What do you mean that was a good one? So you just saw that is so objectifying. Now you're starting to turn into those people that fucking Kaya hates. I can't think of the name of them right now.
Oh yeah, it is that one. I don't want to say it though, but it is that word.
What?
No,
what is
it's
it?
not
What
even
is
that
it?
name.
What are they called? Incels? I think it is.
I think it might be.
I was gonna say inbreds, but that's different.
No, I think I am. I'm like on the verge. I've had thoughts where I'm like, nope, that's something that an incel would say, and then I immediately I kick myself.
That's what you're doing.
I kick myself. I'm like, don't say that. That's bad. Yeah.
Huh.
But on technically on paper, I guess I technically kind of would be. But I mean.
Yes, and you look like one too.
Yeah, I do. Fuck, I gotta fix it. I don't know how. I think I gotta like fucking cut my face off.
Quit taking advice from your fucking brother that has a mullet, first of all.
So here's a brilliant idea. Maybe
quit taking advice from the adult that lives in your parents' basement that grows a fucking mullet and has a factory job right fucking now. Maybe start there.
Yeah.
I still remember when he said you needed to change your glasses. That was the issue. And I'm like, oh? Really?
You think so?
That's all that's holding Bert back is the shape of his glasses, you say. Huh.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you have a note that has a bunch of women on it that you find attractive. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that might have been shit I did when I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was going to try and make it, like, funny somehow. It's like, boys, everybody got this? Or am I the only one? I think it was going to be something like that, or maybe.
I try very hard to forget porn star names. I don't want to remember anybody.
See, but I don't remember it, and that's why I got this list here. This list helps me remember.
No, I think you do remember it. That's one thing your memory is very good at, is fucking names and attaching them to people.
Sometimes I do.
I don't know about that. You will be like you won't make sometimes names in the people, but you don't forget the person. You do that a lot. Like, oh, that one guy, that's the guy that we saw in passing for 3 seconds that one time when we were out fucking club hopping.
Okay. Maybe.
You do shit like that all the fucking time.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, too. I
know
his name,
you
and
do
I know
that.
what he looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So nice try.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Bert has a list of porn stars.
No. See, now that we've addressed it, now I can get rid of it. Here we go.
I
do I do it right now?
I don't give a shit what you do.
I'm kidding. Dr. Phil.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Quit talking to me about it.
Freak.
Yeah, fucking freak. Get away from me. Spray you with water.
Yeah, just spray him with water.
I love saying that to people. Yeah, my boyfriend's mom just started coming over and cooking in my kitchen, and I do spray her with water.
Quiet.
Get out of here. That's what I do with Penny. Bert asked me if I still had Penny the other day on stream. It was funny.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Sometimes I
You
forget.
have a cat, right? Okay. And then, real quick update on Clash Royale. Like I said, I got capped out. I'm so fucking good at this game, apparently, that I literally can't get better. I wanted to try it for a week of this mode of being so good that you can't do anything else. And, yeah, it's gay. Mm-hmm. It's not very fun anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been playing that game for like 10 fucking years, dude. I shit you not.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. So there's other modes you can do. Like you can do Clan War stuff still, and you can do some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's one where every card is the base level, the normal play, like where everything's level 11.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you win, you get 1 point. And then when you pass like 10 points, then you're in the 10 to 20 point range. And then when you get past 20, you're in the 20 to 30 point range. Ooh. And you just keep doing that.
Yeah.
But that is gay. You don't need to upgrade cards or anything at that point. So it's literally just, there's like no risk besides like moving up a little bit and then to the next level. So people are like, yeah, no, you can just try to be like top 100 in the world. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Cool.
We'll see. So, yeah, I wanted to give you guys a quick update on literally one of my most fucking games I played the longest. I probably have more hours in that than any other fucking game I've ever played. And it's a fucking little mobile game on my phone.
It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, yo, Bert, get
so, yeah, I always tell Bert about the deals. He always does them, too.
Mm-hmm.
He has like 300 mil just sitting there.
I do.
For a card that costs $100.
Mm-hmm.
He has $300 million. So, speaking of millions and billions and bajillions, I think it's time for us to go on to the little game segment we have on this show. We've made a TikTok out of last week's, and it's people seem to enjoy it, so we're going to keep on making it.
Hell yeah.
So this is a segment of the show where one of us brings in a list where we either talk about it or have the other person guess certain things. And the list is compiled from data from the YouTube channel Watch Data on YouTube, obviously. So it's starting to turn into fucking roasting Watch Data because they have some really stupid things here. So the name of this list is What is the Probability of Death? So that's what I'm saying. All Watch Data says is probability, and then it has like the colon, and then it says death.
Oh, this is like my fucking food one. That was boof.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what this means.
Okay.
I don't know if it means if these things happen to you, you have a 1 in something chance of dying, or you have a 1 in something chance of this happening to you where you die.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it doesn't make sense. So we'll figure it out, okay? So here's what's going to happen. I have 10 things, starting from the least likely to the most likely, and you just have to give me the odds of it, 1 in whatever. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
And I will say, knowing Watch data like they are, they give very precise fucking numbers. So,
Okay.
if you want to be gay with it, you can. So I'm going to say, what are the probabilities of death in these circumstances?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's what they're trying to go for here, but that's what we're going to do. So, Bert, what are the odds of you spontaneously combusting right now? Just right now, your internal fucking organs just catch on fire.
Can we call
and
it
you explode?
1 in a billion?
So it's not a billion. It's 1 in 5.7 million.
Okay.
Yup.
So
now,
let's
I'm not
do the
sure if
math
this has
on that.
happened before. Has this ever fucking happened before? Also, that means there's 8 billion people in the world right now, right?
Yeah.
So does that mean, like...
So you know what you do for the math?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how many people are spontaneously combusting right now.
Right as we speak, right? Yeah, so this should be like 1 in 10 trillion, right? But 1 in 5.7 million, that's really low, but
1.7 million.
1.5, it's 5.7. It's 1 in 5.7 million.
Oh, I think I see what I did wrong. God fucking damn it, I'm a retard.
Now, does that mean every second, like 10 people in the world are just exploding?
Yes.
I don't know. But we're gonna go on to the next one here. Number 9. What are the odds of you dying in a plane crash?
Oh, fuck.
It drops significantly from 5.7 million, just so you know.
How about 800,000?
Nope, it is 198,606.
Holy fuck. Okay.
So again, I don't know how stats work. I know more people like fly
Uh-huh.
than that. But,
oh, yeah.
But also, that's where I'm saying, like... But that don't make sense, though. Is it saying, like, if you have a plane crash... Like, if you are in a plane that is crashing, you have 198,606 chance of dying. 1 out of 900, whatever it is. See, that doesn't make sense. Because if you're in a fucking plane crash, I mean, hasta la vista, baby.
I think...
You're fucking gone.
Literally what that number is saying is if... Wait, what was the number again? Shit.
198,606.
So 109.
Basically
so
a phone number.
every 198,000 people who fly, one of them die. However, if you think about it with a plane crash, like 50 plus people die. So that's probably where that number's coming from.
So
because it only takes one plane to go down to kill 50 people. So then you...
Well, that's all you did was just fucking flip it over, though. Like, you did that's what all it's been saying. So, like, the 5.7 million people, one of them's going to explode.
Exactly.
That's the exact same thing that we just did.
Yeah, like that's all it's saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that answers my question then on what it's saying. What are the odds of you getting struck by lightning and I guess dying from it?
Oh, this one's like 50,000. 1 in 50,000, right?
Nope, it's 1 in 104,000.
I thought we looked this up last week and it was like 1 in 50,000.
Yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck is going on? Okay.
Yeah, apparently you have better odds of getting struck by lightning than dying in a plane crash.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I don't believe it. What are the odds of you dying to a tornado?
120K?
Nope. You're going... these are going down the more we go. 1 in 63,414.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the odds of you getting struck by a mammal?
What the fuck? What the
I'm
fuck?
guessing it means getting stampeded by a buffalo, like Lion King style.
How else do you get struck?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
You get struck by a reptile, I suppose.
Yeah. Maybe. By a smooth criminal, even.
Mm-hmm.
We call that one 50,000.
And close. 31,325.
Damn it. Okay.
What are the odds of you accidentally drowning?
16K.
758. 1 in 758.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's
What
bad.
about dying to AIDS? You should know this one like back of your hand. Bert says the exact decimal point.
Fuck, I thought that one was pretty bad. Do we call that
1 and
500.
close. That's your closest one yet. 493.
Oh shit, not bad.
Now this one don't make sense to me, and if it's true, then I'm scared. What are the odds of you dying to diarrhea?
Oh, stop it.
Uh-huh.
Stop. I don't even remember the last number we were at. 500. To die to diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd
be
probably
so
call
scared.
that, like, fucking... I mean, fuck, if it has to be smaller, it's fucking what? 492.
1 in 31.
I hope it's bad. 31?
Mhm.
Oh my god.
So
I bet that's like
I don't-
whatever, when you get that bad poisoning and then you just shit all your water out and you die. I think that's probably what they mean.
well, that's the thing
don't know.
is it's not the diarrhea that's killing you, I
Dysentery.
think. It's the thing
Yeah,
that's
it's like-
causing the diarrhea. That's the issue. But
Yeah, that's a better way.
those
of putting
odds kind of scare me. So that means next time I have the squirts, I
it.
can
I'm
look
gonna
to the
fucking
heavens and
call
say,
a
is
priest
this it?
or something. Yeah.
Is this it?
Yeah.
So, again, I think that means out of 31 people that have diarrhea, one of them's going to die.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. That's rough.
on a lighthearted note, what are the odds of you dying to a stroke?
Okay. Wow, what the fuck? Like 12?
19. 1 in 19.
Damn.
Almost cut in half. But
Wowzers.
still, diarrhea and a stroke ain't too far apart. All right,
Dear
number
Lord.
1. What do you think the number 1 is? What is the highest probability of death? It's 1 in 4. I'll tell you that.
Well, would you just say heart attack?
Yep, that's number
Yeah.
1.
Damn, not bad. Okay, fuck. that was
Yeah,
scary.
everyone knows heart attacks are the leading causes of death. I believe at least in the United States there. So,
Damn.
apparently, I think everybody has a 1 in 4 shot of meeting their maker by a heart attack. Or, again, it means out of 4 people that have a heart attack, one of them will not make it. So, that makes sense, but also it don't make sense, because if that's how the logic is, then that would mean out of 5.7 million people that spontaneously combust, only one of them is going to die.
Yeah. Well, okay, that doesn't make sense for that one.
No.
Yeah.
How can spontaneous combustion and heart attack be in the same fucking list?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if it's you have a 1 in 4 chance of dying to a heart attack, that makes sense. And if you have a 1 in 5.7 million chance to spontaneously combust, that makes sense, right? But if you start looking at the big picture, then with the 8 billion people that are on this planet,
Mm-hmm. You're like, huh. Yeah, the math is not good. I did the math. That means 1,403 people have spontaneously combusted to death. Which, I mean...
and what time frame?
yeah, that's the question. Ever?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or is that saying
If we're going back a couple million years, maybe.
maybe? Yeah, I can
However
see
many
that.
years.
But I think that means every second.
Yeah, fuck.
So that means 1,400 people every second are just exploding. That don't make sense.
Yeah, spontaneous too.
Also, that
means
would
I don't
mean you could do the same. Whatever the math is for that, that means that's how many people are dying in a plane crash every fucking second.
Yeah, true.
That's not true either. People are constantly getting fucking struck by lightning all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
Getting trampled, getting fucking sucked up by a tornado.
Yeah.
I mean, drowning, AIDS, diarrhea, stroke, heart attack, all those make sense. But
Oh,
then
yeah.
when you start pulling in these other fucking things here,
You're like, what the fuck is
it's like
going
I
on
doubt
here?
every second someone's getting zapped to death by lightning.
Don't think so.
I don't think so. Maybe like one a day or something, but
Maybe.
don't know. So yeah, if you guys can't tell, these lists, this game section has kind of turned into
Getting
like let's
unhinged.
just fucking roast watch data
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
as well. So as long as the other person brings an interesting topic, we're okay with it. We can roast it. I don't fucking care if schools in Australia wears hats. It's not that interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great example of what not to do. That one was
So,
mid.
Don't do that, guys.
Yeah, those of you out there who are going to do this, don't do that.
Yeah, so
Please.
we shall see. But yeah, other than that, we're probably going to wrap it up a little bit early. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, Bert and I literally just recorded an EP 3 or 4 days ago. That episode just got released now while we're
I think while we're recording
this. So we're a little bit short on topics, but we'll be able to make it up to you guys in the next episode.
It's going to be crazy.
I'll have a lot more to talk about there. I'll be able to talk about my Vegas adventures and things like that, and also we'll be closer to our fantasy football draft and everything like that. So we'll call her a little earlier today, and hopefully we'll make it up to you guys in the next episode. So that's all we got for you lovely folks here on the Bert and Burger podcast. Remember, we're just trying to bring a little bit of the family element to the podcast world, and don't forget it's comedy at the end of the day. Please calm down.
Please relax.
Please chill.
You're scaring the children.
You're spooking them like Bert does. Let Bert be the only one that spooks children.
All right, chill.
All right. We'll see all of you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody. Goopsters.
Go, 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 ba, go, ba, gooby.
It ain't cheating if it's in Vegas.
True, what stays in Vegas happens in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
That's
hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute.
What stays in Vegas happens in Vegas, baby.